What's up, everybody? I'm out garage sailing. It was a really nice morning, and now it's starting to get a little overcast and it's starting to kind of sprinkle. I tried to go to a couple garage sales right off the bat I found online. One wasn't set up. The other one I couldn't even find the damn address for. I was out for about 35 minutes and I was starting to get a little bummed, but the first sale I actually found right over here for 20 bucks. I went into the guy's house and he had a box full of literally just like random Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis stuff. He originally said he had an offer for 150 bucks for the box, and then he's like, I'll do 100. There wasn't really $100 worth of stuff in there, in the sense of the entire, bundle. So I picked out a few things and said, will we just take 20 bucks for these? He said, sure. So I got a sort of beat up Gold Cart Zelda. We have Bible Adventures, Metal Mech Man and Machine, Kid Nicky Radical Ninja, Rings of Power complete in the box, one Super Nintendo controller, and the Prima Guide for Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So 20 bucks for all that. It's definitely not what I was expecting, because they had a DS case out for sale, and I was like, oh, do you have any DS games? Yeah, sure. But I also have a box full of old stuff, and I was like, that's what I want to see, so thank you. I've been driving around for about 2 hours, and maybe only went to like 6 or 7 sales. Not very many going on today. It actually even started raining for a little bit, and some people were packing up. But for $1 a piece, I did get a GameCube power cable and a controller, but it is missing the top to the stick. I was thinking about trying to put one of those little grips you can get for like the PS3 and 360 controllers. I'm not sure if it'll actually stay on the top though, because it is quite a bit thinner than those controllers, but we'll see. I think I have a few lying around. There was one sale where I asked if they had games. The mom said, well, my kids have pretty much every Pokemon game for like the handheld systems, but I doubt they'll sell them. She asked, and they didn't want to sell them. I even offered $15 a piece just to see if, they would, and they still said no, so that kind of sucked. But I'm actually home right now because I really got to pee, and after that, I think I'm going to head back to the house where I got, like, the Nintendo stuff, basically the first garage sale I went to, and dig through that box again and just see if he'll come down on the price on, like, maybe one of the systems and a few more of the games. So I'm going to go pee, and then I'm going to go do that. So I went back to that house, and the first thing I did was ask if the guy that supposedly offered $150 had shown up, and he said no, he never did. And then I was surprised that he hadn't brought the box like out of the house and actually put it out for sale at the garage sale, since he had already let me dig through it and buy some stuff. But we went back into his house, and I spent another $20, and this is all the stuff I got. I got the Super Nintendo, and it's in decent shape. It was pretty dirty, so I cleaned it up quite a bit and already tested it, and it plays fine. It does have a few like dings on a couple of the corners, like a slight little crack in the plastic right there. But the only reason why I really bought it is it had the Nintendo brand power cable. So I figured, I'll go ahead and pick it up, because normally it seems I never find it with the power cable. We're always, like, me and Aaron are always looking for Super Nintendo power cables. And then there was another controller. This is the original one I got that I already showed you. There was another controller that I didn't grab because the cord had been like chewed on by an animal, so I passed on that. But I did get a copy of Super Mario World in okay shape. The back is pretty worn. And then I got 4 NES games: Monster Party, Palamedes, Little Mermaid, and Burger Time. Pretty much I picked these up because they're a little more obscure. I mean, they're not normally ones that I come across, especially at like garage sales and stuff. And I like having some of the more like unique titles where if people come and are trying to look for games, to complete like an NES collection or something, I can have some of the more odd ones that they can get and fill in those gaps. So yeah, that was another 20 bucks I spent there. So I ended up spending a total of $40 between the 2 pickups. The other things that you already saw were the Gold Cart Zelda. You can see it's sort of worn on the back there a bit. We got Bible Adventures, which I cleaned up, but it has some damage to the label a little bit. You can see it's a little wrinkled and stained. These labels on these Wisdom Tree games really suck, and on the back you can see it has a stain. Cart's in good shape besides the stains. And then I'm keeping these ones for myself. I did not own a copy of Metal Mech Man and Machine, and I actually played this a little bit, and it's pretty damn cool. I had never played this game before. And then Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. Those two I'm keeping. And then I'm also going to hang on to the boxed copy of Rings of Power. It does not have the map poster thing inside, so technically it's not 100% complete, but it does have the manual, and none of like the pages are written in or anything, so I'm going to hang on to that one. Oh yeah, and then that guide for Link to the Past I got there. Then the only other thing I picked up is right down the road from them, actually like around the corner. When I went back to his house to get the Super Nintendo, he said that some of their neighbors are having a garage sale, and they have a bunch of kids, so I should probably go check that out. So I literally just drove around the corner, and I picked up for $5 for Sonic Colors, and then $10 for Call of Duty Ghost, so $15 total. Thought that was a decent deal. This has gone down in price recently. I think you can buy it. It's like new for $40, used for like $37 or $38. But still $10 for it's a decent price. And I'm actually going to hang on to this copy of Sonic Colors because it's in really nice shape, and I don't own that one myself. Trying to build up my Sonic collection. Same thing like I did last year with Mega Man. I pretty much got every Mega Man game that I wanted. Now I'm sort of doing that with Sonic Colors, or with the Sonic series. Then we have the GameCube controller you already saw. That was $1. And, hold on, the GameCube power cable for $1. I did a few trades and purchases with some like friends and acquaintances online this past week. My good friend, his YouTube name, RepoMan360, Richard, I did a trade with. I traded him a blue DS, and I got a copy of Mario 3, and another copy of Mario 3, and hey look, another Zelda. This one, unfortunately, has a big slice in the label, you can see right there. But the gold cartridge is in really nice shape. And then Super Mario Bros. 2. And he threw in a copy of Skate or Die from Immer, whoever that was. So thank you for the trade, man. You can always use extra copies of Mario 3 and Mario 2. Last week I picked up quite a few rare Super Nintendo games. Well, I got 3 more this week from the same person, and they are Doom Troopers. I already own that one, but I didn't own these two. Radical Rex, and Musya, the classic Japanese tale of horror. Long title for that one. They're not as rare as the ones I got last week, but they're still pretty uncommon. The price I paid basically was maybe like $10 cheaper than eBay, and then the fact I got them all together, so maybe another $5 or $10 saved on shipping. So not a super deal, but still, you know, to get ones that I didn't have in a bundle is always nice. And then I did get a new controller for the collection, a new variant. It is the Camo 361 with the adjustable D-pad, in very, very nice shape, pretty much almost like brand new. Earlier in the week, I posted a picture on Facebook of these strategy guides that I picked up. I got them from a YouTuber by the name of XMagicXX01. Gave me a good price. He sent me like a list, and I picked out the ones that I didn't own for my collection. So I ended up grabbing Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy Tactics. Sadly, it's the greatest hits one. Oh well. Final Fantasy Chronicles, which is Final Fantasy IV, and Chrono Trigger. And these are the 2 best ones. Xenogears and Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars. This one I have, or he sent in like a plastic wrap. I'm just going to keep it in there. All in pretty damn nice condition. A few little bends and stuff on some of the pages, and the spines have a few little nicks, but overall in very good shape, so thank you very much, man. These last 2 items are definitely the highlights for this week. First is the Assassin's Creed Black Flag press kit. Now, I've had this kit since the game came out, but it was missing the one key item that goes inside. I'll show you what's all in here. Printed on the inside of the box, it says, Unite Under the Black Flag, with like a map, and then there's a piece of paper that shows you the collector's edition, and then talks about the game on the back. There were more than 2, but now there's just 2 tattoo sleeves. I want to say originally had like 4 or 5. But the item that it was mainly missing was the flag. Now this flag is different than the one that comes in the collector's edition of the game. That one is quite a bit thinner, not as nice of material. If you stuck that one outside, it would probably fall apart in a few days in like the wind and rain. But this one is really nice. A friend of mine had this, and I was bugging him for a while about, hey, I should reunite it with the box, and, you know, what would you want, what would you need? So we finally struck a deal, and he let me have it to put back with its box. So now it's an almost complete Black Flag press kit. I really like the press kits and the promo items. It's one of my favorite things to collect, so very cool to add that complete now to the collection. And then this last item, I can't let a week go by now without at least showing one new turbo graphics related thing. Last week I picked up Bonk 3. It was just a manual and a game only copy. And then this week I got the complete in box copy with the outer cardboard box and the plastic insert. Now, the cool thing is, I got this for the same price that just like the card and the manual go for online. So I got a really crazy deal. It was from a different person that I got that big turbo lot from. But like I mentioned last week, I wasn't going to mention the price that I paid because that person had a few other people interested in those items, and I didn't want to be like that guy that divulged, you know, the deal I got or something. But very cool to add this now to my ever-growing complete in box turbo game collection, and I have an extra one now to trade or sell or do whatever with. I do have a few items up for sale and trade this week, but it's a little different than normal. I've been getting a lot of requests for systems. I normally don't like to sell systems because I don't like to ship them. I'm afraid they're going to get beat up in the mail and possibly get damaged. Plus, the shipping cost on them is a lot more than just a few games in an envelope. But I figured with mainly like cartridge reading systems that I have piling up now, there's less chance that they're going to get damaged in the mail. I currently have 3 original Nintendos, all the basic models. I have a Super Nintendo. I have like 5 or 6 of the basic gray N64s, some with jumper packs, some with expansion packs. And I do have 3 GameCubes, 2 silver, 1 black. Yes, GameCubes take discs, but they're pretty damn hardy systems, and they can get beat up and bumped around quite a bit, and they still seem to work just fine. As always, the rules are I only ship in the United States and Canada. If you're interested, please send an email to videogamesellers@hotmail.com. That is in the About section down below. My trade list will be at the end of this video. If you're wanting to get maybe a couple systems or whatever and you really don't see a lot of stuff on my trade list, I am willing to take, you know, games that I'm necessarily not looking for if they're decent titles. So, you know, if you don't see some on my trade list, we might still be able to work out a trade. I do have some extra controllers for some of these, and maybe a few extra accessories like some memory cards, so we can also, you know, work out a deal in that sense. Please let me know where you live, because obviously the shipping is going to be a big factor in the cost. I sell consoles for really cheap. If you watch Video Game Sellers, you can see at the flea market that most of these consoles are $25 or under. So feel free to contact me, like I said, at videogamesellers@hotmail.com. Let me know maybe who you are on YouTube so I can get an idea who I'm talking to and where you live. Thank you all for watching as always. Please let me know in the comments down below what you got this week, what you found. I always love responding to that and seeing all the cool stuff you guys get. And thumbs up the video. That's it. Thank you for watching. Peace.